It was about 30 years ago that my wife Connie and my daughter Mindy and I went on a project over to the Ukraine. We were there for about 10 or 12 days, and I'm trying to put these pictures on my channel because it was just a great experience for us. This picture was my translator and myself. And as I've been doing with my photos, I'm putting them on my YouTube channel, and then I'm trying to edit them, narrate, and remember some of the things that I did at that time. The pictures are not in any great particular order, and obviously some of them are a little bit mixed up, but they treated us well, as my assignment was an introduction of farm business and technology to some of the people over there at this one particular school. So I had to choose two people to come here, and which I did, and this was about, like I said, 30 years ago. And I've often wondered about what's going on over where they were. This is one of the guys that I picked, and his wife. This is one of the markets that we went to. This is something else I don't remember. I don't remember all the things that we did. But when I was there, I was also with 4 other guys from Great Britain, and they were over there doing stuff that I think it had to do with some businesses, and I don't know what they were, but they treated us real well. They took us on picnics and different tours to different places. So I'm condensing maybe 10 days into about 12 minutes and trying to recall some of the places and things that I did. What I'll be able to do if I want is put these pictures up on YouTube, and then if I want to edit them later, I can do that. But at the present, I don't know if I've got a lot of pictures to put up. This is at one of the collective farms, I believe. We were involved with probably about, here you can see some of the ladies that my wife and daughter were involved with. Probably about 15 to 20 people that we were fairly close to, and they were very hospitable to us. Collective Farms was the big deal. 1 or 2 of them that we visited. There was a potash factory or field. Some things I don't quite recall what they were, but maybe after a while, if I want to redo this. This is a place they did goose noodling, which means they force-fed geese, and they had something they stuffed down their throats. They weren't in action that particular day, but kind of interesting that that's what they do to make the geese get fatter quicker. And they said something about pâté, which is a liver paste. I think that they talked about they exported it to France because that was a popular item in France. Maybe it was an expensive item as well. I don't know anymore, but pâté, which to me was not that great. So it was at one of the farms, and if you recall, in 30 years ago, it was kind of the just after the breakup of the Soviet Union, and here's another picture of people wanting to have freedom and democracy and just not under the control of the Moscow and whatever. Some of the students that were kind of involved with the project that I was in. One of the things they do in that country they call the Great Patriotic War, and that was referred back to World War II, and they don't forget what happened. And that time it was almost 50 years before. This is us on the Dnieper River, and the area that I was in was called Dnipropetrovsk, which is a city outside of Kiev. I don't remember how many miles, probably a couple hundred. I don't have enough pictures, but the recall I have is that I'm wearing a pretty nice shirt that day. I know they changed the name from Dnipropetrovsk to Dnipro, which it is called nowadays, and as I've seen news in recent months, there has been bombing from Russia to that area. So I've often wondered about the people that we met there. I don't know if they're safe. I have no contact with any of them. The only hope is that they are okay. But I know that there's a lot of nasty stuff going on over there. We visited a dairy, and this is where they kept the milk. A new calf that particular day. It was, I don't know if that was privately owned or owned by a corporation or a group, but one of the breeds they had was called the Red Steppe, which is they say it was Stalin's favorite breed of dairy cattle, but after that, or even now, they have some Red Steppe, but they've said that the Holstein has taken over in regards to production. These are some guys that you just don't know their previous history, but I suspect they were highly involved with the commune in certain positions because of two things. One is they look like they're pretty well fed, and the other is the comments that one of my translators said about them, that they were probably the leaders. And you can see some of the cows, and I guess, like I said, it was a Red Steppe, but Holsteins have taken over. There's our group again. I just don't have enough memory of what the guys from Britain were doing, but they were guys that they were the party guys. They drank the vodka that was presented before us different times. One of the milkmaids and me at the dairy where it was a milking facility. A little different than what Muskie Mike would have here. So it was, for me, just a great trip, and know that I'll never be able to go back there. And when I have said before, taking pictures, oftentimes afterwards I realize, well, I didn't take enough I don't remember well enough as to what happened. So it's either videos or still photography, and as I'm cleaning up my computer and some of the still photos that I took, here you can see how they did milk these cows, and they were held in stanchions in that manner with bars pulling down over the back of them. It wasn't a real step up, but it was sloped up. Here's a couple pictures of the market. The market was huge, and it was really amazing for us. Connie didn't like to see the market as it was, but and the city, I think this is in Kiev, and I'm pretty sure that area had some damage done to it in recent months. Outside of the city, certainly I don't know enough about all of the photos I took, but this was at I think it was Potash Mine. Another one of the memorials to the Great Patriotic War in Kiev. And some of the students again. I apologize for the poor quality, but one of the persons that was, I don't remember what she did anymore. Anyway, it was a great trip. From there, we went up into Poland, and then over to Berlin, and then over into where'd we go? I think we went to Italy, up through Switzerland, up to Paris, and we met a friend in our community, from our community. So in this short video, it was exhausting. As you can see, that's me. We traveled by train different times, and that was interesting and fun. And it happened only 30 years ago, but the memories of what we did there are very scant. I did take notes, and if I ever can find my notes, I will maybe redo this video, but at this point I'm going to have to say goodbye, and then if you're inclined to subscribe, that would make my YouTube channel look really good. I'm not going to make any money off from you. No obligations, but anyway. So goodbye for now.